Howdy Moz fans, and welcome to another edition of Whiteboard Friday. This week we're going to chat about hyper-local keyword research. Now this is a big challenge not only for hyper-local focused businesses, but also for all kinds of websites that are trying to target very small regions, and many of them with their keyword research and keyword targeting on-page optimization. So the problem tends to be that most keyword research tools, and this includes things like Google AdWords tool, it includes Moz's Keyword Explorer, or keywordtool.io, or Ubersuggest, or anybody you want to use, right? Most of them are relying on volume data, right? So what happens is when you see a bunch of keyword suggestions, you type in Squim, for example. Squim is a tiny town on the peninsula, on Washington's peninsula, so across the Puget Sound from where we are here in Seattle. And Squim has a population of like 6,500 people or something like that, so very tiny. And so most searches related to Squim have no volume data in any of these tools. And as a result, you don't see a lot of information about how can I target these keywords, what are the right ones to go after. You don't know whether a keyword has 0 searches a month or whether it has 4 searches a month, and those 4 searches are exactly who you want to get in front of. And this is really problematic. There are 3 solutions that we've seen professional SEOs use and that some of us here at Moz use and the Moz local team uses, and these can be real handy for you. So first one is to basically replicate the data by using keyword information that comes from similar regions nearby. So let's say, okay, here we are in Squim, Washington, population 6,669. But Port Angeles is only a few miles away, I think maybe a couple dozen miles away, but its population is more like 20,000. So we've got 4 or 5 times the keyword volume for most searches, probably, right? This is going to include some outlying areas. So now we can start to get data. Not everything is going to be 0 searches per month, and we can probably backtrack that to figure out what Squim's data is going to be like, right? Same thing goes for Ruidoso versus Santa Fe, right? Ruidoso, almost 8,000, but Santa Fe's population is almost 10 times larger at 70,000. Or Stowe, Vermont, 4,300, tiny little town. Burlington's nearby, 10 times bigger at 42,000. Great, right? So I can take these numbers and I can intuit what the relative volumes are, because the people of Burlington are probably similar in their search patterns to the people of Stowe. There's going to be a few differences, but for most hyperlocal searches, this will work. Second one, Google Auto Suggest can be really helpful here. So Google Suggest does not care if there's 1 search a month or 1 search in the last year versus 0 search in the last year. They'll still show you something. Well, 0 searches in the last year, they won't show you anything. But for example, when I search for Squim Day, I can intuit here, because of the ordering that Google Suggest shows me, that Squim Day Spa is more popular than Day Care. Squim, by the way, sounds like a lovely place to live if you are someone who enjoys few children and lots of spa time, apparently. And then Day Hikes, right? And so this technique doesn't just work with Google itself, it'll also work with Bing, with Google Maps, and with YouTube. Another suggestion on this one, you will see different results if you use a mobile device versus a desktop device. And so you might want to change it up and try your mobile device. That can give you some different results. All right, third tactic here, last one. You can use sort of 2 styles of keyword research. One is called lexical, which is basically the semantic relationships between words and phrases. And the other one is related SERP suggestions, which is where a keyword research tool, Moz Keyword Explorer does this, SEMrush is very popular for this, and there's a few others. And they will basically show you search terms that the links that came up, right, the search results that came up for Squim Daycare also came up in searches for these terms and phrases, right? So these are like SERPs for which your SERP also ranked. You can see when I searched for Squim Daycare, and then I did this in Keyword Explorer because I happen to have a Moz Keyword Explorer subscription. It's very nice of Moz to give me that. You can see that I used 2 kinds of suggestions. One are related to keywords with similar results, right? So that's the related SERPs. And the other one was based on closely related topics with like the semantic lexical thing. And Squim Daycare has given me great stuff like Banbury School Nursery, right, nearby town, secondary schools in Banbury, Horton Day Nursery, which is a nursery that's actually near there, Port Angeles Child Care, Children's Nursery. So now I'm getting a bunch of keyword suggestions that can potentially be relevant and lead me down a path. And when I look at closely related topics, I can see things like closely related topics, by the way, what I did is I actually removed the term squim, because that was showing me a lot of things that are particular to that region. But if I search for daycare, I can see lots of related, closely related topics like daycare center, child care, school care, special needs children, preschool programs, after school programs. So now I can take all of these and apply, the name of the town and get these hyperlocal results. This is frustrating still, right? You don't have nearly the data that you have for much more popular search terms, but this is a good way to start building that keyword list, targeting, experimenting, and testing out the on-page work that you're going to need to do to rank for these terms. And then you'll start to see your traffic grow from these. Hyperlocal may be small, but it can be powerful, can be very targeted, and can bring you exactly the customers you're looking for. So good luck with your targeting out there, and we'll see you again next week for another edition of Whiteboard Friday. Take care.